Hey, I'm Jusko from ProblemMoney.com. In this video, we are going to have a little fun and put together a top 10 list of credit card reward categories for you to maximize as you are building out your credit card portfolio. So whether you are just getting your first one or two credit cards or you have a whole bunch of them, what are the places that you should be looking at to try to maximize your value on various purchases? Now, obviously, this is going to be somewhat different for everyone. So my top 10 might be different than your top 10. So if you think there are categories that I left out or think they should be in a different order, let me know in the comment section below. And if you think something should be in that's not in, tell me what should go out from my list. Let's get started. Number 10 on the list is rent, and you would think that rent would be higher on this list. The only reason it is not is because there aren't a lot of options on the market where you can pay your rent with a credit card without having to pay a fee that would then essentially negate any rewards you would receive. So really the only game in town is the Bilt MasterCard, where you can earn rewards on your rent payments without paying a fee for paying by credit card. Now note that you do have to make other purchases with your Bilt MasterCard each billing cycle in order to actually earn those rewards on rent. So you can't just pay your rent and then use other cards for everything else, but it's kind of a nominal situation. So the Bilt card overall pretty good even beyond the rent payments, but because there aren't too many other players or really any other players, that's why this one sits at 10. Number 9 is streaming services. So many people have cut the cord that this is now something that people are paying a significant amount for. 5 years ago, barely anything. 10 years ago, non-existent. So this has become a credit card rewards category that you can find on a lot of different credit cards, where you can get anywhere from 3% to 6% on the Blue Cash Preferred. So if streaming services is a place where you spend a lot of money each month, there are credit cards that you should definitely consider. Number 8 is wireless phone services. Now this is sort of an interesting one because there aren't a whole lot of options out there, but people's cell phones everyone's got one and everyone is paying for wireless service, but for the most part, people aren't necessarily getting good rewards on their credit cards. The Wells Fargo Autograph card gives 3 points per dollar or 3% back on your wireless services. More often, people are getting credit cards that have cell phone protection, where they will put their wireless bill on that, and then they'll have some protection if the phone gets stolen or broken or whatever. So people tend to go that way more, and there aren't as many credit cards offering rewards on those wireless services, but it is a category that all of us are essentially paying for and probably all of us would like to maximize. Number 7 is online shopping. It is no news to anyone that more and more people do a good amount of their shopping online. So getting rewards on your credit cards is a smart thing to do. Blue Cash Everyday Card is going to give you 3% on online shopping. Bank of America Customized Cash. Now, obviously, if you do most of your online shopping at Amazon, that is a place where you're going to want to look at the Amazon Visa, but this is definitely a place that you're going to want to maximize if you do any decent amount of your shopping online. Number 6 is entertainment, sort of an up-and-coming category in the credit card world when it comes to maximization. That can mean things like live entertainment, concerts. It can mean things sometimes like movie theaters, depending on the card you're talking about. It can include amusement parks. There can be an awful lot of stuff that goes under entertainment, but I think people are spending more and more money on entertainment versus physical things, and so entertainment is a category that the credit card companies are trying a little bit harder to give those enhanced rewards on. The Capital One Saver One card for a long time has had entertainment as a category. The new Wells Fargo Attune card has a lot of 4% earnings that you can get on various entertainment. So this is sort of an up-and-coming category. Number 5 is travel, and what we are talking about here is the rewards you earn on purchases of travel when you're actually paying for travel with your credit card, not travel rewards that you're going to earn from your points. So remember that. Some people are paying a lot for travel every year. They travel often, they travel internationally, they fly, they stay at nice hotels. Some people rarely travel. They might take 1 3-day weekend per year, and that just means getting in the car and going to someplace interesting and staying at a moderately priced hotel. So that's why this one's kind of in the middle. Travel can mean different things to different people, and the budget that you have toward travel can be very different. Number 4 is restaurants, and like travel, restaurants are something where people like me spend a whole lot on dining out every month, and then other people rarely dine out. They see it as a once in a while extravagance, and they do the vast majority of their cooking at home. So when you think about prioritizing this for credit card rewards, obviously it's going to depend on how much you're spending on dining out. A lot of credit cards on the market that really zero in on restaurants, both dining in and food delivery, oftentimes are going to be together, so it's not too hard to maximize your dining dollar. Number 3 on the list of maximization categories is gas and more recently electric vehicle charging. Many credit cards that used to be just having that enhanced rebate on gas have now added electric vehicle charging on to the list, but you do want to make sure if you have an electric vehicle that that is included there. But anyway, gas is one of those categories that, yes, some people spend a ton on, and so they want to maximize it with their credit cards and get as much of a rebate or reward points as possible. For some people, just the thought of buying gas for whatever reason drives them crazy, even if it's not, when they really looked at the numbers, all that much more significant than other things they are spending their money on. But gas is something that many people prioritize when it comes to maximizing credit card rewards. Whether it's this high on the list for you is up to you. Number 2 on the list, the second most important category to maximize, is groceries. Pretty much everyone has to buy groceries. Even if you eat out a lot, even if you're not home a lot because you travel, groceries is still something that almost every single person on the planet has to buy at some point or another. So it obviously is a category that you should be maximizing. Now, when you shop, do you go to a traditional grocery store? Do you shop at Walmart? Do you shop at Target? Where do you get your groceries? That's important because some credit cards are going to give you an enhanced reward on groceries across the board. Some of them are only going to give that at sort of the traditional supermarkets versus a Walmart or Target, so you have to be careful. Cards to look at: AAA, Daily Advantage, Visa. You've got the Blue Cash Everyday and Blue Cash Preferred from American Express, and there's some others out there as well, but make sure you understand what you're getting. Now, we just went through all those categories and you're thinking to yourself, Adam, it feels like we have covered all these sort of top categories where a credit card might give you an enhanced reward. What could number 1 possibly be? And number 1 is the catch-all category. For all those purchases you make where you're not going to get beyond 2% reward on your purchase, you need to have a good credit card for those. Many people, as they're sort of building their credit card portfolio, they go after sort of those sexy categories with the enhanced rewards, and they forget that everything else is only giving them 1%. So you really need to have a credit card sort of as your base, as your catch-all for all those categories that don't fall into any of these others that we have talked about. So you want to have at least 1.5% if we're talking about cash back. Ideally, as you have the sort of credit track record for, you should get yourself a 2% cashback card. Or if you have a different strategy with your credit cards, you're going after travel rewards, maybe you have one of the American Express cards or whatever, well, then you want to, if you can, get yourself over 1 point per dollar on those purchases, but you don't want to be stuck at essentially 1% cash back on all those other things you buy that don't fall into any of these sort of big categories that we're talking about. All right, so that is my top 10, and of course we did those as a countdown, but as you are maximizing your credit card lineup, you should be going from 1 to 10, starting with that base and then moving yourself toward groceries, toward gas, toward those other things in whatever manner makes sense for you. I would love to hear what your thoughts are. What have I left out that you think should be in the top 10? What do you think should be higher on the list or lower on the list, or what is just more important to you for your particular situation in your life? Put all those thoughts in that comment section below. Otherwise, I thank you for watching, and as always, please go to proudmoney.com where we do credit card reviews, we talk personal finance, we talk deals, and all sorts of other fun stuff too. If you don't have a comment, or you're not going to go to the website, you might want to watch, in fact, I think you should watch this video next.